55.
Nobody believes me when I tell them, so that's why I just stopped saying it. I literally got tired of hearing people go, "Shut up, nuh-uh, really? Come on, really? How old are you?" I'd be like, "All right, like enough." And then seriously, and then I show my ID. People really don't believe that I'm fucking 55 years old.
How do you stay so young? Because I don't think that's really like, it's not a Jewish thing. It's not a white thing. How do you manage?
Not a white thing or a wife thing?
White.
Oh, what do you mean it's not a white thing? Like we don't have, white people don't have good genes? Like, you know, if it ain't black, it don't crack. But, you know, if it's white, it ain't right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your shirt mean? We're live, just so you know.
Are there people watching us? I'm cleaning a pipe.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but are there
Does
actually?
it?
No, I don't give a fuck.
No one person is watching us so far.
Do we know who it is?
No, they never say. They're like little trolls.
Oh, really? All right. Hi, little troll.
Tell us who you
Hello,
are.
little troll. You're so cute. Look at you, little trolling.
Troll.
How do I stay so young?
Yeah.
Here's the truth. Really, I don't believe in age. I know it sounds nutty, but I've been doing the same things in terms of like physical activities and everything. I can do everything I've ever done before. I still can water ski and mountain bike and snow ski, and you know, like, oh, I can't do that. My hip, you know, like I don't have that because I don't think that way. I believe. Plus, I saw 400 Grateful Dead shows.
What?
Still smoke pot. Still dance at concerts. I still think I'm 24. That's the other problem. I think I'm a kid. Like I don't like it that I can't go to a club anymore. I'm not allowed to go to a club. Otherwise, I'm the old guy at the club. Who invited the dad?
I found out who's watching us. Jacque Pirl. Do you know who she is?
I think I know that name. Do I know Jackie? Do we know each other? Is it possible for you to answer or type?
Talk to us, Jackie. You're funny as.
Welcome. Hi, Jackie. Do you know Stephen Pirl? Are you related to Stephen Pirl or anybody named Jackie?
She spells her name differently. I'm going to put her on chat. We could add her, but I don't know if she has her bra on.
You asked me about the shirt. This is the Tembler Brewing Company in Bakersfield, and I did a gig up here 2 years ago with my dear friend, actually a birthday boy, Nick Swartzen.
Whoa.
So Nick and I were up doing this. Yeah, you know, I opened for Nick on the road, right? Well,
yeah,
there was a road. Yeah, we did the Tembler Brewing Company a couple of years ago in Bakersfield with another great comedian named Corey Adams. Corey Adams is such a great guy, one of my favorite people on the planet, and funny as all fuck.
So do you ever talk bad about people? Because I've never heard you say that guy's a real asshole. Stay away.
I don't know. Name somebody.
Let's see. Who's that? The son at the Comedy Store. The son that got. Yeah.
Okay. Love Paul. I've known Paulie since he's 17 years old.
A lot of people say pro and con, so I just wanted to know what you thought.
Well, I'm not, you know, I mean, I've known Paulie since he's 17. If I saw Paulie, he'd look at me and he'd go, "Hey, what's up, brother?" And he'd give me a big hug. I've known Paulie. Got to remember, I was 20 when I started doing stand-up. Paulie was probably 16, 17. Managed by this fat guy named Falstaff who worked for his mom at the Comedy Store. So I know Paulie like my whole adult life, you know. But I talk shit about.
Why do you bother talking to me when you know such great people? Why are you talking?
What do you mean? You're great people.
Thank you. But I mean,
you just need to hear that. Did you phrase the question carefully and carve it out so manipulatively that you would get the answer you needed to hear for your self-esteem?
I think so, because like I sit there and go, I'm living the dream. I used to sit and watch you on TV.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
I'm not a stalker.
No, I've had them. You're not. No, I've had a rock through the window stalker. So yeah.
What's your favorite? Talk to us about what's the best thing.
Do we still have a watcher?
Is Jackie? She's still here, I think.
All right, hi Jackie. If it says you're here, then awesome.
I hope so. Talk
Yeah.
to me. Talk to me about what's going on in your life. That's wonderful.
First of all, did you book me to do an interview that
You
I
know,
missed?
I don't know, because like I booked people and then I wound up getting degenerative arthritis
No,
in
no,
my
no, no, no. This is in the last couple of weeks.
maybe. No, I don't think so. I really
All right.
can't. I don't hold on to grudges.
No, I know we were going to talk about wine or something. Not when I wanted to do something with you before the degenerative. I'm saying like in the last 2 weeks. Did we talk?
No,
Okay, so I didn't fuck up. I just want to make sure because
I
it's easy for
promise.
me to do.
Me too. Oh, I'm the queen of fucking up.
Yeah. So anyway, are you doing the festival this year?
I signed up for the
I don't think they
USA.
want me in it.
What? Wait.
Well, last year I talked to them about doing a workshop, and Rebecca was like, "Yeah, totally, we'd love to." Blah, 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 blah. So when they announced it, I said, "Hey, I'd love to do a workshop." I don't hear from her. Then I follow up, "Hey, I still want to blah, blah, blah." She goes, "Oh, we already filled the workshops up." So I was like, "Well, do you still want me to be a part of the festival? I'd love to be. I'd love to come be a headliner at the festival if you want. You
Wow.
know, I'm not gonna go
Wow.
be a fucking peon like last. Like I didn't know that. That's anyway. I'm
No.
not going to go do a festival with a bunch of fucking newbies for that. That's not going to help me. It's not, but if they want me to be a presence, I would be happy to do something. She hasn't even responded. Now I
Well,
know
what?
she's busy, but
Okay, so tell me what's your seminar going to be on? I'll find
I would have taught a seminar.
on.
Really, it would have been an encompassing seminar for developing what I call aspiring comedians. Okay. And it would have been a boot camp on a combination of joke writing,
Mhm.
who are you on stage or who do you think you are on stage, and actually being on stage presence, how to actually, because a lot of, I'm so uncomfortable watching people on stage. Sometimes I want to I want to shoot the person who told them to go on stage.
You don't mind if I laugh, do you?
People have
Because
no idea how to do this and they all think they do. And then you listen to them talk and you're like, oh my God. Like somebody at the Comedy Store actually once said to me, like we were talking about something and I said something, go, yeah, well, you're a road comic. I go, what, wait, say that again. They go, well, you're a road comic. I go, you mean I'm a working comedian? Is that what you're saying? Because you hang out here at the Comedy Store 5 nights a week, bullshitting about, what you think you know about stand-up, and you've been doing it how many years? 6? Okay, so you know nothing about stand-up. You have 15 killer minutes, that every time you do it, tried and true, start to finish, no matter where you do it, you have a universal 15 minutes that I could take you to Detroit, and that 15 minutes would kill because you don't say Sepulveda fucking Boulevard. Do you have that? Well, okay, so you called me a road comic. What you mean to say is I'm a working comedian, okay? You want to be a comedian, a real stand-up comedian, get the fuck out of LA and go tell jokes in a city you've never been to and see if you're fucking funny, okay? Want to be a comedian? Go try to be a fucking stand-up comedian. Don't, like, I went off. I went ballistic. So, yeah, you want to hear me talk shit about somebody? Like, put that in front of my face, I guess.
I'll tell you what, if you take me on the road, I can deliver jokes that will kill for 8.5 minutes
Well, then you're
anywhere.
halfway there. I'm serious.
Well, the rest of the time I can just do crowd work and smile.
No, you can't.
I'm kidding.
But what you could do is host work because you don't know how to do crowd work. You don't even have the chops to do crowd work. Crowd work is so hard. Crowd work is not what's your name, where you're from, anyone from out of town. That's not crowd work.
No.
That's host work.
Yes.
Okay. So if you were going to host the show, you absolutely need to be doing that. And that, my dear, is how you get funnier. Is
Yes.
Jackie a stand-up? Jackie, are you a stand-up comedian?
Yes, she is.
She is. Is she a vet? I think we've met before for some reason. I know that name.
She does shows kind of like in the Riverside, I think, area and Bakersfield, and she comes to Vegas and does Tom Bomb stuff. Like,
Okay. Does she book shows?
I'm not positive. I think so.
Okay, well, if she does, I'll headline her for her anytime she wants me.
There you
But
go.
what I was saying to you just now is the easiest way to get funny faster than anybody. Write
Host.
jokes, host. I told you this already.
Yeah.
So that's for Jackie. You will write more jokes faster than any of your moron friends standing in the back of the room telling you what you should do and how you know what you should do. Yeah, they don't know anything.
Do you
Those
know
aren't no, they don't know shit.
Yes, the video that you and I did where you explained all this, it went viral in New York City to all the comedy
No,
trainers.
it didn't.
Yes, it did. Oh, yes, it
It
did.
went viral to who?
It went viral to Gotham Comedy Club trainers. Vanessa Hollings had heard it. All the mofos up in
I
there.
know Vanessa. She didn't message me.
Too bad.
They saw it?
Mhm.
What was the response?
It's good stuff, good content. Everybody should hear it.
Really? They weren't pissed or go, what the fuck is Chassler done? Because Vanessa knows me. Vanessa, I mean, I know Vanessa.
I'm telling you, everybody heard it because somebody that watched this tends to get in there and send stuff that's any good to everybody. And I won't say her name here. I'll tell you privately who it was.
That's fine. And
Yeah.
so it went viral to New York comedy community.
Yes. To
That's funny.
all the trainers. She wanted people.
When you say trainers, what does that mean? Bookers?
The people at, I'm a little slow at recalling information, so just be prepared. But there's comedy trainers down in Greenwich Village that think they're comedy trainers.
Oh wait, they don't work for a comedy club.
Oh yes, they do.
Trainers, you mean they train people how to do stand-up comedy, or they take aspiring comedians and what? I never heard of this before, and I'm a New Yorker.
The Cellar has trainers. Comedy Cellar has trainers. It's on their website. Gotham. Now that's not Greenwich Village. What?
Must be like a new thing.
Yeah, it's like, people are looking at ways to make money, and they've been doing.
People, are they stand-ups?
Right, they are, and some of them are club owners, and some of them are people.
Comedy club owners want to train you. Guys who have never spent a fucking minute on a stand-up stage want to train you on how to do something they've never done. What they can train you to do is rip people off. Now, if you're a comedy club owner and you want to train people, what you can train them to do is steal money from talent. That you're very good at doing, and certainly you're in a position to train people at. Just my little PSA for comedy club owners, if they're watching this, of course I'm being funny, but I'm also saying during COVID, they said 250,000 people. We already have 240,000 dead, not one Hollywood executive. I mean, where's the justice? It was that kind of joke.
Yes. That's good. That's really good.
Do you want me to tell you one of my favorite comedy jokes in the world?
That
you can use this in a room. No, this is just a joke. You can use this in a room with people. And Miss Pirl, Jacque Pirl, is she still with us?
It's hard to. It looks like Jacque Pirl is still here. Say hi, Jacque.
Jackie's hanging in tough. So you can use this in a room with comedians when you're all telling comedy jokes. Okay, I got two good ones. The first one is so a guy walks into a bar, got a long face, sits down at the bar. Bartender says, "Hey, why the long face? I got the happiest bar in town." And the guy goes, "Well, I'm really, really smart. I'm a fucking rocket scientist who designs nuclear engines for like spacecraft." And he goes, "Wow, what's your IQ?" And he goes, 175. Wow, you're really smart. Yeah, I can't find anybody to talk to. Nobody can have a conversation with me, so I'm kind of lonely. Let me see if I can find you somebody. Hey, anybody got a 175 IQ? I got a 180. Pairs them up. Guy picks up his beer and goes on over. Do you know this joke?
No, you're so good.
Guy comes into the bar. Long face, sits down, orders a beer. Bartender's like, "Why the long face?" "Well, I'm really, really bright. I have an extremely high IQ. I can't find people to talk to, so I'm pretty lonely." "Hey, what's your IQ?" 162. "Wow, that's pretty high. Hold on a second. Anybody got a 162? I'm a 175. Hey, pairs them up. There you go. About 10 minutes later, a guy walks into the bar, long face, orders a beer. Bartender walks over, he goes, "Why the long face? Got the happiest bar in town." The guy goes, "Well, I'm pretty stupid. I have a really low IQ. In fact, I guess you could classify me as a moron. And nobody wants to talk to me because I'm too dumb to finish a sentence. And I'm pretty lonely because I'm a fucking idiot." The bartender goes, "What's your IQ?" And the guy goes, 50. Bartender goes, wow, you are a fucking idiot. Hold on a second. Hey, anybody got a 50? I got a 60. Well, there you go, friend. Pairs them up. Guy takes his beer, walks over to the table, sits down at the table, looks at the guy across the table and goes, so, do you book clubs or colleges? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That is amazing. Whose joke was that, or is it so long ago?
That's comedy lore. That's one of those. That's here. I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Is there a comedy club booker you don't like? If not, I'll pick one out.
Okay, a comedy club booker.
Someone you've been trying to get a hold of that won't give you the time of day.
Let's
Sent them 50 tapes, 5 messages, just will not answer your phone call. Who?
I can't say.
You say it. You're not telling the joke. I am.
We both know him.
Who is it?
Doesn't know how to return a message, and he only answers 1/45 of it.
Donnie?
No.
Who? Just say the name. I'm doing the joke, and if I know him, now I'm really doing the joke. So come on.
It will piss him off so bad, and I'm not trying to piss him off.
Text message it to me on the side. Let me see.
Are you going to say it out loud?
Not out loud. Just text me the message on the side, and I'll tell you if I'll do the joke.
Okay.
First, I'm going to say, he booked stuff? I'll wind up going.
You're gonna probably go, I should have known that's what you meant.
Yeah, I can't do that joke. I can't use him because I'm had my own issues there. So
thank you.
All right, we'll use a dead guy. There used to be a guy who owned the Cleveland Improv. His name is Mitch Kuntach. Mitch is dead.
Okay.
Comic calls the Cleveland Improv. Hi, can I speak to Mitch Kuntach, please? Receptionist says, I'm sorry, but Mitch passed away. Oh, okay. And he hangs up. 10 minutes later, the phone rings. By the way, that guy's doesn't. We could use Jamie Masada. Here, I'm going to use Jamie Masada. Okay, everybody's least favorite person. Okay, phone at the Laugh Factory rings. Hi, Jamie Masada, please. I'm sorry, Jamie. Jamie passed away. Really? Yeah. Okay, thanks very much. 10 minutes goes by. Phone rings. Girl answers the phone. Hi, Laugh Factory. Hi, can I talk to Jamie Masada, please? Yeah, I'm sorry. Jamie passed away. Oh, okay, thank you. Hangs up. About a half hour later, phone rings. Laugh Factory. Hi, can I talk to Jamie Masada, please? Hold on a second. Didn't you call back twice already and ask to talk to Jamie? And didn't I tell you that Jamie died? Yeah, I just like to hear you say it.
That's good. Did you make that up?
No, none. I didn't make none of those up. Those are comedy lore jokes. See, most comedians know them, but people at your level don't. So if you wait a couple of years to tell them when people are actually back to working again and they hate bookers because they're not funny, you can tell those jokes.
So do you remember the old Jewish joke about the guy that goes to the funeral and everybody's putting checks on the guy's grave? And then the rabbi and the priest put money on it, and then the Jewish guy goes up and writes a check and takes cash back.
Hilarious. I do remember that. I got to get my plug if we're going to continue for a few minutes because my computer's going to,
Plug.
I have books and posters to look at. I'll be right back. By the way, am I the only person who lost like 20 pounds in COVID?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost 20 pounds of COVID. My bad.
Whoa.
No, not blow. No, I was cooking for myself, not eating, depressed, watch a lot of Law and Order. Didn't exercise for months. Oh, I did. I lost a lot of weight.
That's crazy. I think I have a growth there. You want to see?
Nope. Reason you never seen me play a doctor. Really, is the reason you never seen me play a doctor.
Oh, let's talk about the roles you've played.
This doesn't count as an interview. We're just fucking talking, really. I don't want to do that. Come
I
on.
know, I know, I know, I
Just
know.
call me two friends talking. So I thought
Okay,
that was,
fuck it. Sorry,
you
my
can ask
bad.
me question. No, you could ask me questions if you're curious about shit, but don't interview me. Is Jackie still with us? I wish she could talk. It would be fun if Jackie could actually like speak to us.
Should we invite her to come on?
Sure, why not?
But
I
then
got
we
a
did
couple
that
more
last
minutes.
time and it turned into an hour.
Well, I don't have an hour, but I do have a few minutes. Watch at 4 in the morning. Whoa, who knew?
Let me ask her if she's up. She's a riot. She's
single.
Yeah, I think she is.
She my type.
She's hot.
And
She's
she's
good
my
looking.
type. How old is she?
I'm gonna go with 33.4.
I could live with that. Over 30 is totally workable for me. I like 33.4.
Yeah. She's got long hair.
I like long hair. Is it brown?
Rockin' body. She's top heavy and slender all the way down.
Is she watching us right now?
I don't know.
Is she smart?
Yeah, I think she's very smart.
Because top heavy don't mean shit if she can't talk Poe while you're fucking her tits. See how that goes? God, I hate being smart. Yeah, I like smart women. I do. Yeah.
This is the best time that like every guy's wearing protection and they're horny.
Who's wearing protection?
Masks.
I'm fucking lights. Oh, light. Oh, very good. I kind of want to steal that, but I won't.
Would you please take it?
No, you did it. It's your joke in your voice.
I don't care if you take it. I would be honored if you took it.
I'm 67. How old are you?
You're 67?
No,
I'm 69.
I'm 69 years old.
Yeah.
I'm getting hit on now during COVID by younger guys. And they're saying to me, and it's weird because everybody's coming up to me, you know, they all have protection. And I'm like, who fucks with condoms? I'm like, oh, face masks. Like, there's a way to do that joke. That's not quite it. That's 80% of the joke. They're asking me if I want them to use protection. And I said, no, fuck me bareback, but yeah, wear a mask. I mean, there's a way to do that joke. I'll figure it out. But
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, good one. I won't take that from you. See, we flushed it out. You were ready to give it away.
Yeah. I'm too nice. What's your hat?
Nice.
Where's this hot chick
with the funny jokes and the slender waist?
She didn't answer.
Well, that's not good.
You know, there's a check mark, but I don't see her there. So she's not here. Should I go on Facebook and see who wants to join us?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not looking for a party. I'm looking at, what's her name? Jackie what?
Jacque Pirl, Pirl. Hey, David Spade is going to be in San Francisco. Do you know him?
A little bit. I have friends who came up with him, and Swartzen and him are really, really, really good friends. And we've met several times. This is Jacque Pirl. She's not my type.
Okay. I got you.
I don't think. Let's see.
She's a party girl. She's a lot of fun. Oh, this picture doesn't do her justice.
The one of her wearing the pink pants? Look at Amanda Cohn. She's so funny. Is that her?
Where's Amanda Cohn?
Wouldn't it be funny if she's watching us, checking her out?
Let's find me a man.
Find me a woe man first. How's that?
Yeah, let's find you a woman.
I need a woe man.
What are you looking for in a woman?
Smart, funny, hot, and my hot and a woman's hot are totally different. A woman's hot is this girl's really nice. My hot is other guys want to fuck her too. Okay. And it's when a woman says, oh, she's hot, unless the woman eats pussy and goes to strip clubs, she doesn't know what hot is.
Whoa.
I'm not kidding. How many times has a woman said to me, oh, you're going to love this woman. She is so hot. And then you meet her and you're like, what are you talking about? Like hot. If you're good, look, I love women. pretty women, not pretty, everything. Okay. But if you're going to describe someone as hot, you've crossed over from, oh no, she's good looking to she's hot. Hot is another class of look. Like I know because I'm hot. Okay. Like it's different. I'm all handsome. I'm not cute. I mean, maybe I've been told I'm cute, but I'm not really cute. Like I've been told I'm dangerous. Like that's what I hear. That's, yeah. I mean, I don't know, but
So you like the kind of girl that wears leopard print clothing and all
no,
the
teasing. I'm teasing. I like smart, funny, in shape because I go to the gym. I like open-minded. I like someone who loves great music, likes to go to see live music. Must love wine. Deal breaker.
wow.
I can't be with somebody who I can't say, let's jump in the car and go to wine country this weekend. Like, well, you go taste and I'll go to the spa. I mean, like, I get it, it's doable, but I'd wind up leaving the winery with somebody. Like, come on, I want to do this with some, so that's a big thing for me. I want to travel and taste wine. So I want to be able to travel with my wife or girlfriend and do that. That's I like to do that kind of stuff. So
That's cool.
yeah, can't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah. That's a tough one because, like, I vacillate. I'm a teeter-totter on that one. Like, I don't take myself seriously, and then I take myself seriously. What's the hat mean?
Jeremy Lin when he played for the New York Knicks.
Wow.
What else? Has to love animals, has to want to feed homeless people.
Oh, you're so great.
What else? Has to have her own life and her own friends and not rely on me for her identity. I like A-type women who are successful and have, like my ex-fiance was a 2-time Emmy nominated producer. Like I said, I'm not intimidated by powerful women. I'm inspired by them, and I have no problem being with one, especially if she makes 3 times the money I do. Like,
Do
I'm
you
totally
date
okay.
older women? Because I'm interviewing Ninon tomorrow. She's older. She's got 2 Emmys.
Ninon?
She's beautiful, but she's probably got 5-10 years on me.
On you? That makes her 80.
I can't help it. 75 maybe. She's
I
beautiful.
have never been with a 75-year-old woman.
2 Emmys. She's independent. I bet she drinks wine.
Ninon?
She's beautiful.
Nenan?
Ninon. I've got the flyer on my page a few hours ago. Let me see what her last name is. Find you a girl. Let's see.
Oh, Ninon Joe?
Ninon de Vera de Rosa. I have her phone number. I'm just not allowed to give it to you. Vegas Live with Ninon on Facebook. She's Vegas Live.
Oh, I know who this woman is. Yeah, I could never. They're not even my type anyway.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So not even my type. Like, I have a type. Like,
name a movie star that's your type.
I like them earthy.
Who?
I like them earthy.
Oh,
So,
like Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Aniston, Sandra
Good.
Bullock. Like, these are, jeans and barefoot, cool, probably smoke weed. I mean, I know Sandra smokes. I know Jen probably still smokes. That's what I like. And I've always dated like actresses and models. Like, I like them cool. I like them cool,
You picked out the best.
Yeah, I have good taste.
If I was ever going to become a lesbian, which I'm not, but if I was, it would be J-Lo at the top.
Not my type. $2 for me. See, that's too much stuff for me. I like them small, petite.
So she's getting better with age. She's, winding down and getting more earthy and more real. So her, Jennifer Aniston, and Sandra Bullock, definitely. If I was gonna put on Birkenstocks, Those would
I
be
own
my,
Birkenstocks. You know, who else? You know, that's kind of like my vibe.
yeah, good choices.
Natalie Portman a little
I
bit.
love her.
Uh, you know, that's just like I have a thing for you. Clearly, I like brunettes.
That's
You
coming
know,
through. Yeah.
you
Do you
know.
know Jennifer Aniston? She's single, isn't she?
I don't know if she's single. She's been through a million things. Okay, I only met her once, and it was very, very quick. But people I know that know her say like she only looks to date up in Hollywood. Like she doesn't date outside of us. But yeah, and I don't. I think that's stupid. She keeps complaining she can't find a good guy. Oh,
Hello.
hello. Not intimidated at all. At
Uh,
all. No, I don't walk on eggshells around women. Can't knock me. I'm all good. So fuck yeah. We can rock this, man.
boy,
And I
she
don't need
would.
your money, and you can sign a prenup with me. But let's fucking, because believe me, if I walk one place with you and get pictures taken, the amount of money you can give me, I'll go make on myself now. So trust me, I don't want your money.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want to eat your fucking pussy in your ass for like an hour up on all fours. She's so hot. I love
She is hot, and
her.
I'm not even a lesbian, and I know
Fucking
it.
hot. Yeah, I don't like overly made up women. You know, I like a baseball hat and a ponytail. Like I'm the kind of guy that will look at the girl in the baseball hat and sweats and a ponytail as opposed to the girl who's done up up to the nines if they're both in the market at the same time.
Got
I don't
it.
know what's underneath the nines. You got
Yeah.
makeup and a great, you know what I mean? Like you could be wearing a fucking, what do you call the thing? A Spanx and whatever. But the girl in the market in the sweats, in the bait. Now I know what's underneath all the bullshit. See,
I
so
like to laugh, and I know you're being serious.
I am being serious. That's why it's funny, because funny truth is always funny, but that's what I prefer. No kidding. So, you know, I like them real, smart, funny. Like I don't like someone. I dated a girl when I was 21. I was studying at Stella Adler. She was in a class I was in. I met her there, and I wish I could remember her name, but she was from Texas. And I remember one morning, I woke up early, like 6:30 or 7. Like, I don't know what, I just like rolled over. She was in the bathroom putting on makeup and stuff. I didn't know what she was doing. I rolled back over, I went to sleep. I woke up an hour later. She was in bed, all made up. That's what they teach them there, so that when the man wakes up, he sees, I'm like, I'm done. See, that was literally the last time I saw her. Out. Yeah.
Wow.
I was already going to dead shows. I knew, I don't need underarm hair, but
So if girls are gonna watch this, and I'm gonna make sure they do.
no, don't. That's not, you didn't tell me that.
I'm kidding you.
Do I
But
sound bad? Because like I'm a hopeless
no,
romantic. You know that. Like
no, I don't. You don't sound bad at all. I think you're a very romantic guy. I
I'm
bet
not a
you.
misogynist. I'm just an honest guy, no bullshit. Like I'm not gonna lie to a girl and go, "Oh, really? You're into astrophysics? Oh, me too." Like I'm like that's not who I am. Like I know who I am. I know what I love. I love to travel. I love to be outdoors. Like I said, I have a mountain bike and I play tennis and I like to watch football but not every game all day. I'm a Giants fan, so I like to watch the Giants or go to a sporting event or go-karting. Go to the go-kart track and pay the money for the pro. Like I do, I like to do that shit, but I'll also cook food and, I do all that shit. I'm a good cook.
What about NASCAR?
I don't like NASCAR. I like Indian. NASCAR is full of fucking rednecks, Jew-hating rednecks. They would like to lay me on the NASCAR track and watch the cars just go all around. Oh yeah, that checkered thing on that they would just be spotted with like just red Jew blood. Just happy bar mitzvah, Jew boy.
I think in the history of NASCAR, there's maybe been one or two Jews behind the wheel.
Behind the wheel or
Yes.
strapped to a wheel? I don't know if there's ever been any Jewish NASCAR races, but I guarantee you if there was, they had guys on the track plotting it. We're going to run off Starboy. Or off Mr. High over there, you know. Hey, Johnny Goldbaum. Yeah, I don't like NASCAR.
And now they have a black driver.
Yeah, I know. They wanted to hang him, remember? They actually hung him loose with a thing. Yeah, he's safe. Yeah. Black NASCAR driver, you're a fucking genius. Like, did you do that just to be provocative? Like, come on, man. I mean, like, that's like me. That's like, well, there's one Jew in the Third Reich. You know, hey, guys, he had an application. He was good. He could hit a target, you know? Und he could do the accent, so we gave him a spot.
I'm going to try. Jackie's here. I'm going to send her the link.
Oh, she's back?
Yeah, she's here now. Let's see if she chimes in. At least you'll get to meet her.
I mean, look, you can show this to someone. But you could show this, I guess, if you... You're so funny. Like, you kind of get me, like, my asides.
You don't even have to do them all the way through. I get it.
I know, it's kind of cool. It is pretty funny. But no, like I said, like, you know what? There's a couple of people who I've been seeing around. Like, like I could tell you off, like, I would date a comedian. Okay. I have no problem with that. Okay. But you hear these women going, I'm never going to date a comedian. And I'm like, because too many fucking douchebags ruined it for the good guys. Like, I don't get that. Like, I want to be with someone who gets me. Like, I had a girlfriend who literally said to me, why do you have to go out at 9:30 at night? Like, why does that happen all the time? Like, why? Well, because they don't do comedy shows at 3 p.m. Because I have to be on stage in an hour. That's why. Like, I don't want to even explain that. Like, I need, like, you know, I can't, you know, that's why I don't mind dating women in the industry. Some people are like, oh, I want to date civilians. I don't give a shit. I don't cut out, you know, a particular group of people because, you know, they don't do a specific type of job, or they do a specific type of job. As long as it's not like, you know, child molesting, I'm pretty open to whatever job your job is, you know. But if you work at like Phil's House of Child Molesting, like, there's gonna be an issue. But I'm just a receptionist. I know, but you're answering the phones. Hey, it feels out. It doesn't sit right with. What am I gonna tell my parents? What am I gonna tell my parents? You're working your way through school? You know, well, can't you go to Burger King? That's what I said.
Oh, I think it would be cool to date somebody that's a comedian, because they would. I
do too. And there's some that I think there are some women in the business that I think are just smart and funny and keen and independent and strong-willed and beautiful. And why should I not be able to ask that woman out? Because we are in the same business, or because like some fucktards decided like, oh, I'm going to walk a girl to her car and then sexually assault her. And then like every comedian with a penis must be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, like, first of all, by the way, let's be super clear here. The fucktard needs to have his ass kicked.
Amen.
Okay, let's start. Okay.
She's like here. Here comes Jackie.
You know, like Michael Jackson said, you know, one bad apple don't spoil a whole bunch, girl. You know.
Totally. You got to turn on your audio. Your audio will connect and your video needs to be capped.
But there are a couple of, and then there was one who I thought was cool and something happened and I helped them and then he fucked me over and I'm not real happy about that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's another story for another time. I'm trying to write it before I start going public with it. And I mean, I'm trying to fix the problem before I just go, not cool. Like,
sorry.
Like, you work, you're someone, you asked me for a loan, you know, it's just whatever. Anyway, where's this girl? There
she is. Look how cute she is.
I had to put clothes on. I was actually in bed, but I wasn't sleeping. I was
First of all, I didn't put clothes on, and I was actually.
Well, I didn't bother with the pants. You're not going to see down there, but I did.
Oh, you could. I mean, there's no extra charge. No, I'm kidding. I'm wearing literally 2 articles of clothing. I'm wearing a t-shirt
and a hat.
And a hat. Very good.
And a pair of glasses.
Oh, these are an article of clothing. And
no, they're an
accessory. Hi, I'm Rich. I'm Rich. Well, how are you?
I'm Jackie. Nice to meet you.
Where do you live?
I live in Sacramento now.
You're in Ball, Sacramento. So you work the clubs up there?
I do. Last Limited, Punchline. Yeah. I get to the Bay a lot. I get to Vegas a lot, as Linda knows.
Right.
I'm originally from Honolulu, so I've only lived here about 4 years.
Yeah,
so.
but there's no work there.
No, there really isn't.
There's no. So there used to be gigs in Hawaii. You know, like when I started back in the 80s and the 90s, Elaine Tallis, who books Brad Garrett's club, she worked for the Ice House. Elaine used to book a 2-week run in Hawaii, and it was one night island hopping for the first week. Then you were off like the last day. Then it's 1 week on the Big Island. So it was 2
where
weeks.
did you play? What clubs did you play in?
Best. Where hasn't
Hawaii?
he?
Yeah, Hawaii.
See, here's the thing. I was booked to do it and got a movie and canceled, and she would never rebook me to do it.
Oh no!
She got really. Hi, can I talk to Elaine Tallis, please? I'm sorry, Elaine died. Ring, ring. Hi, can I talk to Elaine Tallis? Did you hear me tell that joke earlier? We don't know what you saw or didn't see.
Yeah, no, I put myself through college working as a bartender in Waikiki in the 1980s. That was a hell of a time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
First time I went to Hawaii was 1981 or 2.
I think I got there in 85, so I missed you.
That was the first time I went to Hawaii. That was an amazing trip, and I just fell in love with it, and I fucking love Hawaii. In fact, I'm planning on going. I mean, I don't know. Does going to Hawaii count? Like, am I allowed to go to Hawaii, or does that count as leaving the country?
Good question.
No, it does not count as leaving the country, but right now you have to go into a 2-week quarantine, and they are enforcing it hella. I mean, seriously. So I lived in Hawaii for 33 years.
I am HIV negative, so.
My 2 older kids still live there. I was supposed to go back in April, but can't.
Yeah, I got to go somewhere. I may just have to get in my car and drive up to wine country. I go to Paso, or it's like, I got to get out of here, and
Yeah, I've been going to Vegas once a month just to get out.
That doesn't sound safe. That's like, I'm going to go over to the COVID factory for the weekend. Just hang out, watch them make it.
My best friend lives in Hawaii or lives in Vegas, one of my best friends. And her boyfriend is another good friend of mine. He's a comic. You might know Tom Baum.
I don't know Tom Baum. What?
He does a psychedelic show.
I should do that show. I'm a fucking deadhead.
Fucking do it. He's doing one on Halloween.
Dude, I've seen 400 Grateful Dead shows. There's no other comedian who could make that claim. The only one who could come close would be Dean Del Rey. Dean and I are both deadheads, but not even the Sklar brothers, who I see at shows all the time, could say they've seen 400 Jerry shows. I used to book my show.
Linda, hook this up.
Do you know this guy, Tom Baum? Does the show pay?
You'd have to talk to him about that. I'm not his manager.
Linda, does the show pay?
Yep.
If you can you can get me the headline spot on it, I'll give you 10% of the money for setting it up.
You do it, Jackie. You know Tom better.
I'll call him right now. Should I zoom him in?
Go ahead, zoom him in. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you a couple things about me because you don't really know me very well.
No, I don't know you at all, sweetheart.
But you can go online, look me up. I've been doing this 35 years. I started on a soap opera. I've been doing stand-up 35 fucking years, really. And Linda knows me. And I can tell you a couple things about me. Number one, I never lie.
You're a genius icon.
I never lie. I know that sounds weird, but the truth is I never lie.
Okay.
I don't lie. It's just not in my DNA anymore. It's like I grew up having to lie to my dad because he was so abusive that the switch flicked, and all of a sudden you're like, it's like a whole thing. But anyway, so I never lie. I show up when I say I'm going to be there. If I say I'll be there Wednesday, the 25th of August, 2027, I'll be on that corner, I'll fucking be there.
I love it.
Isn't that great?
Be there. Okay? That's the truth. And I will always tell people the truth, like, even if it's going to, not if it's going to hurt your feelings, but I prefer to be real and right.
Yeah, then I know. I know those pants don't make you look fat, or
that was my bit
kind of thing. But
that was my bit, honey. Do these pants make me look fat? No, those pants don't make you look fat. The Twinkies make you look fat. The pizza in the morning gives you the roll. No, the
Oh,
pants,
the damn cake
the
you've
pants
been
make
eating
you
makes you look
no,
fat.
the
Yeah.
pants make you look confined. That was one of my oldest. Seriously, I haven't done that bit in years, but literally, I have a whole fat person
I
bit.
love it.
But you can't do family. Oh, I do a whole thing about like I'm on the subway, and well, if that's how it starts. We exchange pants for our holiday, and my ex comes out and she's like, "Honey, did these pants make you look? No, they make you look confined." And I'm like, "Well, fat people amaze me. Like I'm on the subway, and there's this guy on the subway, and he must weigh I don't know 400,000 pounds, and he's chewing 4 toothpicks." 4 toothpicks at the same time. And I'm thinking to myself, how much food did this fat fuck eat that 1 toothpick wasn't enough to do the job? You need 4? What is that? 2 per side? 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom? What? How do you need 4
One
toothpicks?
for each quadrant.
And what did you eat that requires 4 toothpicks? Jesus,
Oh,
I am in the fucking movie theater, and I'm sitting in the movie theater, and lucky me, I get set, some big old fucking hey comes like walking down the aisle with the tub O popcorn, and they sit their fat fucking ass right next to me, and immediately it becomes the elbow wrestle for the armrest. But that's just me pushing against the fat. Like she's not even moving her arm. That's just me pushing against the fat. And she looks at me, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "For what? Not looking at the calorie count? Like, come on." But you see, I can't do that bit anymore. That bit's got to be, no kidding.
No, you can't. Oh.
30 years. 30, I think I might have originally wrote it 30 and then over 10 of those. So I probably stopped doing that bit 20 years ago.
Yeah, you'd get.
Wow, that was dusty.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
I just dusted that one off. Wow.
You did good.
That was super dusty. No, but seriously, like here, that's here. So taking a little tour. There's an autograph, Jerry.
I can't see it. You got to get closer.
Jerry Garcia.
That's Jerry.
Oh,
This is the Jerry that my buddy's a big time photographer. That's a shot that he shot of Jerry. And then all over my house, like I collect like crazy amounts of posters. So that's the dead from this is a very famous rainforest show they did with Suzanne Vega and Bruce Hornsby in the Range in 1988. Bought this poster for $30 at the show. It's worth about $1,000.
I'm totally going to talk to Tom.
That's Woody Allen Bananas one sheet because I'm insane. That's another Jerry thing that I got from APA because they're my agents and my agent gave me that. But
where are you at? Are you in LA?
Yeah, and then here's what I did in COVID. Ready? So so the BGP, the Bill Graham posters from the 60s, those.
Of course.
So all those posters, when Bill Graham made them, he also made postcards, and he sent those postcards out to announce the shows. So yes, and I collect because the posters are so expensive, but I collect the first printing postcards of a lot of those Bill Graham posters.
Are they like stamped and mailed on the back?
Some of them are stamped and mailed. You better believe it.
Stamps. I'm kind of a stamp nerd.
Yeah, but no stamps. Yeah, they are actually. Some of them were, but I actually have like 50 of them that I've just been collecting, and I just decided I'd finally frame them over COVID.
Epic.
I'm the epic hippie. I'm the fucking.
You are the epic hippie.
I have acid in my fucking fridge and mushrooms. Listen, if there's ever been a real deadhead, he should have on his motherfucking show.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. And I'm a 35-year vet. I mean, look, Jeffrey Peterson, you guys are in Vegas. She's in Vegas, so she probably knows Peterson and Pearl and all my friends, right?
I don't know that she knows Peterson and Pearl.
Have you met Steve Smith yet?
I have not met him. I would love to meet him.
So,
my lunch tomorrow.
I love those. I'm a big stem fan. I like nice white, blue stems. I don't even give a fuck about caps. I'm all about stemmy stems. Yeah, that's what Daddy likes. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, there you go. Get me on this thing. It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas, and what happens is like we meet an hour before, and you can either do mushrooms or acid. And then we go up an hour after we've
You want
all
to hear a
done.
great acid story?
Yeah.
A great acid stand-up comedy story. So way
Yes.
back when, there used to be a comedy club in Long Beach called the Long Beach Comedy Club. It no longer exists. The way Long Beach looked back then doesn't even exist. It's all been rebuilt and crazy. But
You look like you're 35. How fucking old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. All right. I was pretty damn close. I could be one of those guessers of weight and age at the fair, I guess.
Right? See, Linda?
I'm out.
By the way, have I ever met you before?
Me?
Yeah.
No, Linda just hit me up and she said, come on.
So there's no way I asked you to ask me my age because I'm 55.
I turned 55 on April Fool's Day this year.
I'm sorry. Can you yell that louder? I didn't hear
No,
you. My speakers didn't blow.
Oh, you've been to Grateful Dead concerts your whole life and your speakers just blew now because of
Do you
me?
understand that the Grateful Dead, do you understand that the Grateful Dead's whole mission since the early 70s was to find out a way to create volume with clarity? That's why they had the wall of sound, and that's why then they went to this. Oh, they were all about clear sound. You weren't going to Dead shows going, I can't, best fucking sound of anyone ever. They were masters of how to do it. They would come into the forum to play, and they had a thing where they set their own speakers up going all the way around. People love to knock the Dead. Oh, you know what? What's how many Grateful Dead heads does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. I just wait for it to burn out and follow it around. Yeah, really? Really? Is that true? Tough. You can't knock someone who's been around for 50 plus years. You can't. Okay.
I know. We've all three of us have been around for 50 plus years. Please.
And you know what? Grandkids of people who were going to Dead shows are going to see Dead and Company with John Mayer right now. So, eat my ass, motherfuckers. There's a reason why I still have to go dance to the Dead, and why I think the Foo Fighters are a bunch of pansy ass fucks. And no, I'm just kidding. I used to sell weed to Taylor Hawkins. I knew Taylor really well for a long time. Seriously. My manager's sister was Taylor Hawkins' girlfriend.
You explained that.
So my manager, her sister was Taylor's girlfriend for like 6 or 7 years. They were together. And while we were dating, one night we were at the house and Taylor was like, damn, I need some weed. I'm out of weed. And I had a little bit. And he's like, Rich, you got any more weed? And I go, yeah, why? And he goes, how much you got? And I go, how much you want? And he goes, do you sell? And I go, yeah. You didn't know, Marky? No one ever told you? And Taylor's like, no, but how much you got? I go, I probably got about a half ounce in the car, but I have quarter pound at home. And he goes, give me the half ounce, meet me tomorrow with another ounce, and I'll pay you for everything. And that's how it started. And I started selling weed to Taylor, and I probably sold him weed for 5 years. Haven't seen him in a long time, but I used to meet him on like corners in LA and shit. Totally weed.
But now we just like pull up and have valet parking at the dispensary. It's
exactly.
insane.
Yeah, I know.
My son just graduated from UCLA a year and a half ago, and he was on the board of directors of the UCLA Cannabis Research Department, which is the only university in the US who has a cannabis research department under their medical field. So he used to come home with that dude was like banging moon rocks like he worked for NASA. Ridiculous. He'd come home with the science weed,
Tomorrow, literally tomorrow, I'm going to my brother's house because we have to harvest these.
Oh, sweet. Are you going to do the trimming too?
No, we will first harvest dry, and then we'll manicure after. We dry manicure. Nice. This was part of the harvest already this year.
Oh, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet. And what is that strain?
This is OG.
Okay.
We have 3 OG plants, a diesel plant, and poor Phoebe. She's a mystery sativa. Not sure about Phoebe right now, but Rachel, Wilma and Betty were OG.
Okay.
Pebbles was OG. Don't laugh. Hold on. This is frickin' Wilma.
Whoa.
Hold it up a little bit farther. Oh, nice. Nice.
Nice
Wow.
fucking tits, huh?
Sweet.
I know. Yeah, so that was Wilma. Yeah.
Oh, Tom.
That was Pebbles. Pebbles was this tiny little OG plant. Everything's curing right now. And then I still have the bottoms of Wilma and Betty that got to go tomorrow. Rachel needs about a week. Rachel, I don't even have in these pictures, I don't think. Rachel and Phoebe.
Phoebe, the mystery woman.
Phoebe's the mystery plant who in the last 2 weeks has really come along nicely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like an episode of
I'm kind of a Renaissance guy, right? Like I do like 8 million different things, right, Linda?
You do.
From
Like
wine.
he does these wine things on Facebook.
I collect wine.
Oh, good. Nice.
Oh, good. Tell it to my bank account.
Yeah. Investment or
No.
cash out. Yeah, I get it.
No, I drink. I drink what I buy, you know.
He goes up to wine country a lot. Do you like going to wine country, Jackie?
I have a girlfriend, Kelly Mitchell, who does a lot of wine stuff.
Oh, really? She books it or she performs there?
She has a wine podcast kind. She's not a comic. She gets flown all over to try wines. She's a wine type of person.
She has exactly what I'm trying to establish. How do we do this? I need to talk to her.
Okay.
I have a TV show. Maybe we need to partner up.
I will on Facebook and hook the two of you up.
I have a show that I've been trying to pick. Yes. And I've got winemaker friends that are like all over going, Chad, you should watch my blog. It's called The Funny Wine Up.
The Funny Wine Up. Okay. Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's under Richard Chassler, or you can find it on, it's Funny Wino on Twitter, but everything else is Richard Chassler. They just threw me off of Twitter, so I had to come up with a new Twitter because I used bullet in the punchline.
I was stuck in Italy doing wine stuff, and she couldn't get home for a while. So
yeah, I have to talk. I need to kill her so that I can have her job, because that's my dream job is to host a wine show. My dream job is to host. Well, okay, I have several dream jobs, but one of my showbiz dream jobs, other than being on a show that shoots in New York City, for half the year, is hosting a travel wine show where I get to and it's funny and it also integrates local culture. So it's kind of an all-encompassing show. But if she's doing this, I need to get with her, and she might want to go.
Okay, I will put you two together. I'm already setting you up with Tom Baum and Kelly Mitchell.
And you need
it's a shit off.
And you need to get Jackie on one of your shows.
What shows that I book?
A show you're on, give her a spot. She's funny as fuck.
Oh, a show that I don't book stand up, but yeah, I can tell you what. I tell you what.
Oh, tell me what, Richard. Tell me what.
That was my friend was the voice of Dale on King of the Hill. Hey, it's a goddamn government conspiracy. They're coming to get you, Hank. Don't pay your taxes. That's how they're gonna find you. That's my buddy Johnny. That's my buddy Johnny Hart. Johnny was amazing. Johnny's the best. All right, so yeah, I can try to get you on a show when they have them.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to shoot my special with Rockmore.
I have a show tomorrow night, though.
Where? In
Sacramento. It's a live show. It's at a private club, but it's a private like skateboarding club. They're having 5 bands indoors and out. It's hosted by the Reefer Rangers, who put on
disaster.
420 cannabis shit all over.
Sounds like a COVID breeding ground.
No.
I've done one outdoor show since March. I've done one real comedy set, not on Zoom, and it was 25 minutes. And the woman only offered me 12, and I said no. And she really wanted me. She goes, well, what do you want to do? I go, I can't do 12 minutes. And she goes, why? I go, because that would be like jerking off and not finishing. I haven't been on stage since March. If you want me, I need 30 minutes. I got to have 30 minutes. She goes, can I light you at 25? I go, light me at 25. I'll be a happy guy. And it was outdoors at the Pan Pacific Park here in LA. And they have this outdoor amphitheater that looks like ancient Greece.
Yeah.
35 people showed up. I put it up. Some fans came and a few people, whatever. And I did 30 fucking minutes. I bought a new Shure mic. I had it shipped to me. I brought my own mic. She introduced me. I went on and plugged my mic.
I have my condoms at the ready.
My condoms. I bought my own mic. I'm not touching the other mic because I don't hold the mic. I'm a mic stand guy.
Okay.
So my mic's going in there, and now I'm fine. And then I unplug it. Thank you.
Two-handed, yeah.
Good night. But it was the best 30 minutes like I've had since March 10th. Like literally the best 30 minutes I've had since March 10th. And I jerk off a lot. I mean,
don't we all during COVID? Don't we all?
What does COVID have to do with anything? Yeah, but anyway, I need to be on stage. So if you can get me on this psychedelic thing for Halloween, like I would fucking stand up. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna make a dirty joke.
I gotcha. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you really can't stand up. Sorry.
He's probably already booked for October, but I will definitely get you guys together and he will put you on. I'm sure he will.
Does everybody do the same amount of time, or is there a headliner, or how does it work?
There's a headliner, a feature, and then usually maybe 3 other, maybe 4, depending on the venue.
Well, you can tell him I toured with Mitch Hedberg for 5 years. Mitch was my best friend. And I tour with Nick Swartzen currently right now, who's one of my best friends. And I mean, I'm a fucking, she'll tell again,
he's a fucking legend, like I told you.
That's it. She just hit me up and she's like, Jackie, come on our Zoom right now. She goes, he's a legend. And I'm like, I like to meet legends.
Steve Pirl?
Huh?
You know Steve Pirl?
I didn't think she
did. Steve lives in
did.
Vegas. He's a genius comic. He's a legend. He just
Can you spell his last name?
Pirl, the Jewish way.
Okay. Yeah, mine is Pirl.
Yeah, the kill the Jews way.
Yeah, French Huguenot, I guess, is what I've been told. I don't know. My mother gave me one name. My ex-husband gave me the other. I had nothing to do with either of my names. So what the fuck? No.
Hold on. Did you see that?
Did I see that?
Not you. I'm talking to freaking grandma.
Did I see?
Did you see that? Did you see what she said? I said P-E-A-R-L, the Jewish way.
Yes.
Goes, yeah, mine's P-I-R-L. I go, yeah, the kill the Jews way.
I love that. I saw it.
Okay, so when you were asking me about like what would I teach in my seminar, right? So with a lot of young comedians, how long have you been doing this?
Me or Jackie?
Jackie.
Since I was 52.
So 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're an aspiring comedian, so you're not there yet. And I don't say that to be a dick. I say that because you can't call yourself a doctor if you're in med school. Like,
no, I get it. And
right.
Here's the deal, though. I'm going to explain this. I have always written comedy. I've never performed it till 3 years.
Totally different art form.
Yeah,
totally different art form.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about? Oh, so I tell a lot of these guys, I go, look, you guys don't understand. Like, it takes 10 years for your brain. Like, when you work out, you train your muscle a certain way. So your brain hears things and it's trained to answer questions the way that society has addressed you for the past 25 or 30 years, or however fucking old you are. And that's a true fact, what I'm telling you. Eventually, your brain, because you start delivering comedy a lot and you're speaking differently, you're hanging out with comics a lot and you're hearing jokes more and you're hearing this formulation of a sentence that isn't the normal way you're used to formulating a sentence, your brain trains itself to hear differently. And what happens is eventually, and Rick Overton is the one who told me this, and Rick is my comedy mentor. And Rick taught me this probably, I started in 86, so I would say Rick probably taught me this around 90, 91, okay? And Rick said, eventually your brain will start to hear things differently. And every single thing you hear will become a setup. Doesn't matter what everything, your brain will be now trained to write the punchline for what that is that you just heard. Hey, Mom, nobody mowed the lawn this morning. Okay, that is a fucking set. That doesn't matter. Hey, is the milkman coming today? Makes no difference. What are we going to eat for Thanksgiving? But every single thing is a fucking setup, and eventually it becomes rote, almost totally second nature, like speaking a new language. You know, so you're not thinking, oh, what would be a good joke here? Like that conversation stops in your head eventually, unless you're literally sitting down to write. And I'm using what that joke I just wrote as an example. You know, how does he spell it? P-E-A-R-L, the Jew way. Oh, I spell mine P-I-R-L. Yeah, the kill the Jew way. That joke wrote itself. And the P-I-R-L is clearly, you know, not Jewish, German, whatever it's going to be. It's got some Austrian, whatever, I-R, and who knows. But the joke was but that's a rhythm thinking, involuntary muscle reaction to what you hear.
Yeah.
And that happens eventually.
Yeah.
Or you hope it happens for you.
Yeah. That's why we
it does.
the Thanksgiving dinner.
What'd you say?
I said, this is why we can no longer go to Thanksgiving dinner with normal people, because our mouth just spouts off.
Yeah, but most of the time, and this is what I tell people at 2 and 3 and 4 years, and your mouth is spouting off, but you're not logical. Like it's not funny half the time because you don't know the rules of comedy. So just because you say something and you're an open micer doesn't mean it's going to be funny. And again, this is something that it's a real formulaic, information-based thing that as you're learning these rules of comedy writing and different types of jokes and, you know, the logic train that has to run through a joke. Like you can't say, you know, Mom, the milk is sour. Well, tomorrow's Thursday, or, you know, whatever. Bob's bringing this for Christmas. Like the punchline must always be logical to the setup no matter what. Even if you're going way fucking outside the box, there's got to be a line of logic from the punchline to the setup no matter what. No matter what. Otherwise, the punchline doesn't make sense, period. And that is a rule of comedy that no comedy teacher will ever not tell you. There's got to be a line of logic.
Grandma wants to talk.
In the back, what's your name?
Grandma.
Yes, hi, Grandma. Welcome to the seminar.
Hi. I just want to say that I don't think of Jackie as an open micer.
Okay.
Because she might be only in it 3 years, but I look at her as capable of headlining.
Well,
maybe not to the level and not the respect that you get with the years of service you're in, but she could do it.
Okay, a monkey can talk on stage for no, you got to hear what I'm about to say, and this is what I tell kids, and I say it because again, I'm a bad guy. You've been writing for a long time, and you probably got great chops doing it. Performing is a different story. You've got to be a great writer, a great performer, and a great director to know how to stage your act if you want to be a really great comedian. So you got to be great at 3 art forms. And when I tell you it takes longer than 3 years to take that trifecta and make it really work, I promise you, I've been doing this 35. I know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying you're an open micer. Chances are you probably got 15, 20 killer crushing minutes, maybe 30. I don't know. I hope after 3 years you have at least 20, 25 tried and true. I know you have an hour. I guarantee you if I watch your hour, it's not, this is me being a pompous asshole. Let me preface that by saying that, okay? Anyone who tells me
Totally.
3 years in, I can do an hour and 10 minutes and it kills. I take my checkbook out and I write the balance of the account in and I go, okay, I bet you don't. Because you don't. And just because now you can make something called a meme and write the word headliner on it, doesn't make you a headliner. And because you're going up last doesn't make you a headliner. The headliner is the guy whose name is on the marquee because it's bringing people in, okay? And it's keeping them there throughout the show. The show rests on that guy's name. And to really effectively headline, Linda, really, you got to not only know every single trapdoor of your hour, every single way that if you get knocked off, if some douchebag fucks your show up in a drop, whatever it is, that you could wind up 40 minutes into your set, 10 minutes into your show. So you got to be so fucking
Verse.
familiar and connected to this material in a way where it is another appendage to you, where you don't think, there's no thought process about how it works. It's fully understood and you own it. Okay. And to be able to do that takes a long time because it's a very difficult skill. I did a show back in December at the Ice House, and the fucking MC, I got off stage and he goes, "Oh my God, you make that look so easy. Like it's nothing." I go, "Dude, 35 years. What'd you see?" And he goes, "I was just like," I go, it's really a thing that you learn how to, it's a combination of relaxing, you know, where you don't feel angst and you don't look nervous to the audience or like you're working hard, you know. I do this thing that I watched Bill Maher do in the 90s. I do it a lot in my act where I make it look like I'm just coming up with it because I riff a lot in my act. If I'm doing an hour, I can honestly, any night I could wind up doing 30, 40 minutes off the page. No problem. So when I'm on the page, I need it to match. The colors have to match.
I call it a combination of angst and adrenaline.
Yeah, angst and adrenaline, exactly.
That's what it's called.
But headlining is very hard, and it's the crown fucking jewel in there to be able to say, I can headline. And the way it really works, and the way it worked for the entire life of the stand-up comedy industry from post vaudeville on up, is that you're the MC and you're the feature act and you're the headliner because that's where you are at any given point, right? So when you're the opening act and you're so fucking funny that every night you're working and every night your 15 is different, and the comedy club owner comes up to you and he goes, "Hey, listen, you've been coming in for 2 years as an opener now, but you got a lot of material and you're kind of blowing the feature act away. So the next time you come in, I need you to feature." Now you've graduated, not because you think it's time, but because the club owner says to you, "I can't open you anymore." And then you feature, and then you start calling clubs and going, "I'm featuring for Bob." Now you start booking feature work, and you will be a feature for 2, 3, 4 years.
That's what I've been told.
Until you're 30 minutes, until you've done 2 different 30s over that time, or you've done 30 with another 15, because it takes a year and a half, 2 years to write an hour at my level. So for someone at 3 years to say, "I have an hour's worth of material," this is the reaction you get.
Oh, I understand that.
So, and it's not meant to be condescending, and it's not meant to be dickish. It's meant to be educational, and it's meant to be a little dose of like real information that should hopefully be usable if you can put your ego aside and say, "But the headliner says, the meme says headliner," you know, like, come on. And I told a friend of mine, no, not a friend of mine. I told a young aspiring comedian, and he put up a thing on Facebook, "Hey, I'm headlining my first headline." And I messaged him and I said, "Theo, you shouldn't say that, and you shouldn't look at that way, and you should ask the booker to take that off the meme." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because it's bad training for you." I said, "You are looking at yourself in a job position you're not qualified to hold. So you're going to think that you're capable of doing that job. You're fucking up your natural artistic progression if you let yourself say you're headlining. Your post should have said, 'Hey, I'm going up last tonight,' because you're going up last. You're the last guy in the lineup. You're doing the same amount of time as everybody else. You're not the headliner. I promise you." And I had this conversation with him. He got bent out of shape. "Bro, can't you let me have my fucking win?" I go, "This is not a win. You're turning it into a loss." And I couldn't get him to see this, you know? And there's a guy I don't talk to anymore because he's turned into a pompous douchebag.
This is a really hard conversation. When I heard it the first time, I went back and my ego was hurt the first time that you gave me this conversation. And then I thought, I need to put my ego aside and hear what he's saying.
And I would tell my students that. And I am not a tough teacher. I'm just an honest guy. And so I would literally walk in and I would ask the class, like, to start, because Linda said to me, "What would your seminar be like?" And I would literally walk in, or if we did it on Zoom, I'd say, "Show of hands, how many people in the room have been doing stand-up comedy more than 2.5 years?" So I just know what I got. Okay, count. Now, the people who are doing it more than 2.5 years, how many people doing it less than 5? Not more, less. Okay, everybody. So nobody here has been doing it 5 years. How many people think they have an hour? Hands up. Okay, all the people with your hands up, you're liars and you're lying to yourself. Let's start class there. Okay, that's me. Okay, I'm the guy who gets you real and holds up the mirror and says, this is what it is, so that then I can give you the information. And you want to know where I learned that? Stella Adler, who trained me as an actor.
Oh, wow.
Stella walked into class the very fucking first day. I was 19 maybe. And she walks in all of about 75, sits in a big throne. And she said, first words out of her mouth were, self-discipline becomes self-confidence. Then we have to write that down. Then she says, then she goes, for the first year, no one here can ask a question. I don't want to see any hands go up.
Whoa.
Of course, my hand goes up.
Oh, no.
Now, I got to Stella because my cousin is a big-time Broadway actor. Big time. Been nominated. He's been nominated. Louis J. Stadlin. He's been nominated for many Tonys. He starred in Larry David's last play. He works with Nathan Lane almost exclusively. Now they've done 8 shows together. Louis is a big Broadway institute. He really is. Louis Stadlin's a big guy on Broadway. So he's the one who took me to Stella after he was out here doing a show with Sally Struthers and Rita Moreno. Saw me, said, you suck, called Stella the next morning, and I went and started studying with Stella while she was here in LA, and then I went back and forth. But Stella, I'm sorry?
I'm raising my hand and asking,
no, I just didn't.
Before the first year, what year was this?
1985. I was 20. Okay. So Stella goes, nobody can ask a question for the first year. And I put my hand up and she goes, Mr. Chassler, of course, there's going to be one person in the classroom who can't. So this is the reason why I say this. And she goes, ask the question. And I go, why? And she goes, because you don't know enough. You don't have enough information to ask me to clarify what I'm saying. So let me talk for a year. And if you have any questions after that, and I promise you, you won't. And if you do, then you should go study somewhere else because you're not. And she was right. She had a way of elevating. Stella was, you got to remember, Stella trained Brando. She trained De Niro. She trained. Stella was the only American acting teacher to actually study with Konstantin Stanislavski. That's why the group theater broke up. And Strasberg went one way and Stella went the other because Stella went to Paris, studied with Stanislavski from 46 to 49, came back, looked at Strasberg and said, we're doing this all wrong. And Strasberg said, no, we're not. It's in the book. And Stella goes, I was just with the writer of the book for 3 years and we interpreted this incorrectly. Strasberg goes, well, I'm not changing. So Stella says, I'm leaving. So some people left with Stella, Ilya Kazan, Marlon Brando, like people, and some people stayed with Strasberg. So you have those 2 schools of method acting. Are you Strasberg or are you Stella? Okay, Dustin Hoffman, Stella, De Niro. I mean, Dustin Hoffman, Strasberg.
Strasberg, yeah.
De Niro, Stella. To me, I studied at Strasberg. Didn't work for me. Too much lying, too much faking, too much. Think about when your dog died to cry. Stella's like bullshit, lying, takes you out of the moment. If you're supposed to cry and you can't cry, you know what you do? Don't cry. But don't lie on the fucking stage. She was like really adamant about it. The truth is the art. That was what she used to say. The truth is the art.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because anytime I've felt uncomfortable on stage, it's been because I've been trying to play something that wasn't there.
Well, that's where you have to try to find it through another, you find another way.
Recognize that and then just go, this is what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And that comes off as so much more sincere. So it's easier for me to get it out.
Yeah,
then.
There's an exercise I do when I'm directing or teaching acting. I started on a soap opera when I was 19. That's how I started doing Santa Barbara.
I don't remember that
NBC. Then I got fired, got a job at Paramount as a guard, met Mark Price, Skippy on Family Ties. Mark does stand up. Mark's like, oh my God, you're so funny. You should do stand up. I go, no, I do Shakespeare. I study with Stella Adler. I am not a jester.
You're the best.
No, God forbid. No.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not kidding. That's a goddamn true story. That weekend, Mark says, hey, I'm doing a spot at the Laugh Factory. Why don't you meet me there? And then we'll go out afterwards. We'll get some girls and we'll go out. Okay. So 1985. I'm 20 years old. I got a job at Paramount. I'm hanging out with Mark from Skippy, and I was just on a soap opera for 2 weeks. Like, my life is golden at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
I meet Mark at the Laugh Factory, and I watch. Now, I grew up watching stand-ups on Merv Griffin, right? Love the stand-up. Ed Bluestone, you name it. David Brenner, right? I saw the Carpenters. My first concert was the Carpenters, and the opening act was Skiles and Henderson, Linda. Skiles and fucking Henderson were the opening act, right? So I go to the Laugh Factory to meet Mark, and I'm standing in the back of the room, and it's like, and now Charles Cozart, comic comes on, tells jokes for 10 minutes. And now, blah, 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 guy comes on, 10 minutes. Now, comic comes on, 10 minutes. I'm like, who can sit through this? This is the fucking worst thing. I would never, like, I wanted to put a fucking fork in my eye. Finally, they brought Mark on, and I'm like, okay, Mark's done. We leave. And I was like, that was terrible. Like, people sit through that, just comic after comic after comic after comic after comic. Like, how is that even entertaining? Like, are you kidding me? I'm not kidding. Mark was like, really? You didn't think I was funny? I go, you were funny, but like, I mean, come on. How many fucking comedians are you going to shove down my fucking throat? Like, I was done after 2. I was done after, okay, got it. Next. It's got to be another ride at this amusement park. You know, like, that was how I felt. That week, Mark says, hey, why don't you come over, hang out? We're hanging out at his apartment. We order in Italian food, and they delivered wine. We ordered 2 bottles of wine, and they delivered the wine too. So Mark and I are drinking, and we're eating pizza and Italian food. And I was just talking like this. And he was like, oh my God, you're so funny. You need to do stand-up comedy. And I go, what do you, he goes, let's write an act. And he got a pen and paper. And did you put shorts on, or did I miss something? God damn it. I wasn't paying attention.
Get up and walk back.
You've been laughing. I get a redo.
Anything. I just pulled my shirt down. I didn't show anything.
I ask. You see how bad it is for me?
No
right
questions. Don't answer.
You want to know? That's why I'm fucking like. Jesus, it's not even funny. I mean, seriously, I can't even get a live person to show me your underwear. I'm like, literally, I've watched so much. I'm like, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I can't even watch it.
No questions.
I've watched all the porn.
Nope,
like,
not taking questions. So sorry.
Don't be sorry. I asked to see your panties. What do you want from me? If I don't answer, clearly, in this case, you ask, you still don't get. I mean, what do you got? Hey, you know what? I asked. It's a 50-50 fucking shot. When I saw walking back, they looked yellow. There was something yellow or something.
You never know unless you ask. Good point.
Very last, and then, you know, like I said, don't ask, don't get. That's how I wore my life. That's what I'm saying. You know, I wrote about that in my book. It's just, this
what
is
book? I
want an act.
What's the name of your book?
Anyone Can Date a Supermodel.
Whoa.
It's not out yet, but it is written.
I have books on Amazon. I'm a writer.
This is a self-help book for men. Maybe you can help me with it. It's a self-help book for men. It's not a how to get laid book. In fact, the opening paragraph of the foreword says, this is not a how to get laid book. There's lots of those on the internet. How to seduce women with the power of your mind, the game. You can find them everywhere. And if you can't get laid from a book, there's the internet. And if you can't get laid from the internet, you can't get laid.
You know, here's the deal. And
book.
Linda, you can talk to this too. I have a very good friend, and he always says, men fuck who they can, women fuck
who they want. That's an old stupid saying, not me. Not me.
I think there's a lot of truth in that. Speaking as a woman.
I've never had that experience. Never in my life have I ever been relegated to have to fuck who I just get?
No, who you can.
I fuck who I want to fuck. And they're the lucky ones.
Turn this damn thing off. It's making too much noise.
And
I bought a new toy.
And that's because
you will appreciate this, Richard. You're of a certain age. Here.
I
bought a new toy.
I just want to know if we get to watch you use it. Oh, she bought a Miss Pac-Man machine. That's a nice toy. Can you sit on it, please?
turn it on vibrate.
Thank you. See, but I wrapped that joke in there by just saying, "Can you sit on it?"
You did. Can you sit on it? I got it. I got to unplug this thing though. It's making
because then the tag, the punchline to that would just be. You don't have to do the vibrate line, Linda. You can. So let me tell you why you don't have to do it. Okay.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
This is another thing I would teach in the class.
Okay.
Comedians, the art form of stand-up comedy. What we are doing. Anybody know, Linda? What are we doing?
We're not trying to be funny.
Incorrect. What are
painting
we
a picture.
We are painting a picture with words. Have I told you this before?
Yep.
I have. Okay. We're painting pictures with words. That's our job. That's what we do. When you go on stage, your setups have to paint a picture. There has to be an image in the listener's brain. Okay.
And every listener is going to have a different picture.
I'm going to use a very easy joke. Okay. You want to have a good time? You want to have a really good time? All right. Next time you go to your friend's house, ask to use the bathroom. Okay. That's a picture I've just painted. Okay. It's very clear. There's no fat in the setup. It's very clear. Okay. The punchline to that is, and take a bath. Okay. It's an opening line that I use. You want to have a good time? Next time you go to your friend's house, ask to use the bathroom and take a bath. Now, it's a switch joke because you never go to your friend's house to use their bathtub, but there's a bathtub in the bathroom. Sometimes it has frilly, sometimes there's carpet, but the picture painted is next time you go to your friend, you want to have a good time. You start it that way. Next time you go to your friend's house, ask to use the bathroom. Now you've got a smile on your face. The bathroom has bright colors because I set it up by saying good time. So you've got an image in your head of your friend's bathroom. It might even be one of your friend's bathroom.
Most likely.
And then I tell you to take a bath. Now the image of that is flipping it from you peeing in your friend's bathroom and maybe putting like you don't know what I'm going to say to actually lounging. Like the picture painted is you know what I'm saying? So what we're doing is we're painting a positive photograph. And then the irony in the joke is when we flip it and show the other side. That's the irony in the joke. And it's logical. Do you see the logic in there? Ask to use the bathroom, take a bath. That's a good example of logical punchline to set up. You know, and not saying the style of joke, just saying that there's a logic in the punchline.
Question, Rabbi Chassler.
Right.
So
what? Stoned rabbi.
So if you get a huge laugh, would you tag the fuck out of that?
There are tags on that. You've seen the joke work. So, you know, the Jags are staying there for hours. Get pruny. Bring a joint. Use the little rose-shaped decorative soaps you're not supposed to touch. You'll be clean. They'll be so pissed. Banging on the door. Get the fuck out of my bathroom.
Towels to towel.
You know, and literally, depending on how many laughs I can wring out of them, will depend on how many of those tags I will use. Sometimes it's a tight crowd. They might give it up, but I can't get 3-4 tags out of them, you know? And then the final one is, believe me, I've done it. That's how I wrote the joke. So don't let me use your bathroom.
Nice.
You know, it's literally an opening line that is potentially 2 minutes.
Yeah, I love that when you can take a joke and you can make it a minute or 7, you know,
yeah.
You can.
One of the things that I try to teach, and it's very difficult skill to get early, it took me 15 years to start doing it, is writing jokes within your jokes. If you can get laughs on your way to getting laughs, then I'm sorry?
You have to.
But okay, but it's extremely difficult because your through line depends on you making sure that the angle, the direction that you are taking the audience members, because comedy is about perception.
Yeah, but don't you ever start with something and then like do, tangent, 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 joke, 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 joke. And then 5 minutes later, kind of go back to that thing and slam it home. I mean,
Well,
that's
of course, but it's a very difficult thing to do. And if it makes sense, yeah. But I've seen people do it where you're like, wait a minute. There's a difference between a tangent and just deciding you're going to stop doing this bit, this bit, and then go back to doing that bit. It doesn't work that way.
at all.
Doesn't work that way.
No.
I have a new hour. Okay? And the new hour is basically about being this guy and trying to date in this world. Okay? And it started out as 10 or 15 minutes of being single stuff and then other stuff. But I wound up morphing all of that into various aspects of being single. So now, like the whole fucking through line for the first 40 minutes all pertains. And I've managed to be able to write 8 million trapdoors into it. So I've got joke upon joke upon joke upon joke just to get to the joke. Yeah. And I can fail out of anything anytime I want. But it's a hard thing to do that. You have your setup and your punchline, but then you have your setup, then you have a detangler, and then you have your punchline. I mean, it's.
Well, I think that's what a lot of comics think it is you have this set bit, like you have to go here to here to here to here instead of being able to go flowy flow in between all your fucking material. Like if
First,
I'm in
you better learn the material though.
Huh?
You better know that. Like at 3 years in, you should really be seriously. How much time do you have? No,
Good
how much time? Here's the question.
time.
Stop. I'm going to rephrase the question. I forgot. We're in class. Okay. How much time do you think you have? That's the question. There's only one answer and there's only one question. It's how much time do you have? Not good time, bad time, A time, B time. The question is how much time do you have?
I think she has a strong 20 minutes.
What do you think?
I have a good 35.
35. Now, that means that you crush from the minute you walk on stage for 35 minutes until you leave. Tried and true. Doesn't matter where in the country you are. That 35 crushes every time. Crushes, not a couple of weak spots. Crushes every time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a feature act.
I am. I've been featuring. I just hosted Savage Henry this weekend.
You hosted what?
Savage Henry, the comedy festival.
Right. Yeah, you're something. If you got 30. Real 30.
I have 35. I would like to say I have 50, but those last.
You don't.
No, I don't. I have 35. I have 35.
I'd love to see the 35.
I could do it in Tennessee. I could do it in fucking LA. I could do it in Minneapolis. I could do it in Ireland.
It's not localized. It's not localized. It's not localized material.
That's a compliment.
I can get it localized. Give me 10.
I'm not saying that it's not.
No, he's telling you it's a good
localized. Thing. You're saying you can do it anywhere. I'm saying it's not localized material.
That's a good thing.
That's a thing that is a common constant in guys who've been doing it less than 5 years. They don't know how to write universally yet. And it's because they're not allowing themselves to take shit gigs and go out and actually get on stage and eat it. So I've never met anybody in this generation of up and coming comedians who eat it. Nobody ever eats it. I've never ever heard anybody tell me they ate it. Nobody eats it. How is that possible that none of your compatriots ever eat shit?
Go ahead, Linda.
How is that possible?
I've seen her kill, and she just got through telling you it will kill in any room.
I'm not talking about her.
No. I want to tell you about the time I ate it, though.
The time?
The biggest time, the one that's
See,
still.
this is where I go south.
That's
Time.
just be
I ate
patient.
it for 2 years when I started. I killed the first time I walked on stage, and for 2 years, I basically ate shit. I got sporadic laughs here and there, but for the first year and a half, 2 years, I was an actor going on stage acting like I said, hey, how you guys doing tonight? Acting like I thought stand-up comedians supposed to act. And by the way, my mentors at this time are Paul Mooney, Rich Jenny.
Okay, so let me explain something.
Nobody said to me, dude, stop acting like a comedian. None of them.
Let me tell you what happened to me, if I may.
That one time you had a bad set.
No, I've had fucking tons of bad sets. I'm telling you about the time. You must have the time that you had a bad set. Like
I have a time. I have a pretty good the time story. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm not telling you it was the one time I had a bad set. Yeah. What happened to me was I was a writer, and I used to write corporate speeches for people who would then get up on stage.
I'm listening. I'm hungry.
Fucking blow them. Just completely blow. Did he leave?
No, I'm listening.
Did I walk him?
He has to go.
The time I blew it was
said
when
I'm
I
listening.
walked Richard.
I said I'm listening. I just have to get something to eat real quick. I'm listening. I'm walking 6 feet away.
I'm going to tell you about the time. The most heart-wrenching, awful. Yes, I fucked up so many times. But my thing was I'm a really good writer. So, and I'm meticulous, and I am a nitpicker. So before I went on stage every time, even in the beginning, even in 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had my material down. I had it polished. I had it reworked. I had done it for people that weren't, part of the stage thing. I had been doing it. Then I'd get on and I'd do it. And I had very, very early success. I credit that to being a writer first. Yeah. But the time and I'm sure I'll have another one soon. I'm about due. Okay. So, but the time I ate it was, I was told, since you're recently divorced, I was married for 25 years, you should do divorce material. And instead of listening to me, I heard these other comics like Kyrie Shabazz, who was on the Fallon show recently, Sacramento comic, some big time comics tell me you should do divorce material.
Sure.
And
write what you know.
Huh?
Write what you know.
Correct. That's what they were telling me. But what I hadn't realized.
Microwave's probably making too much.
But you might not have come full circle with the divorce yet, so you might not have been able to look at it objectively to be able.
Bingo.
Sure,
Bingo.
you're not there yet.
Mac.
The answer is I'm not there yet. That's all.
And I listened to them, and it felt uncomfortable.
Of course.
And I got
That's
up on
why I'm the teacher.
I had no business being on. I was 1 year and 3 months in. I had no business being on this stage with people who had been on late night shows, but they thought I was great because I'm a great writer, and I've given them tags and I've written stuff for them, and they thought I was awesome. And I went on this stage, and that
might be your calling. Maybe you are a writer.
Oh, I am a writer. I know that, but I'm also a performer. Writer first, performer second.
Writers want to act. Actors want to direct, directors want to produce, producers want to executive producers want to buy studios.
I don't want to do any of that. I want to write and I want to perform. And I can pick and choose when I do that. But anyway, so I got on this stage.
Look, I'm a writer, actor, director. I know.
There was every fucking comic that I adored from the Bay to Sacramento.
You know Steve Smith?
Yeah.
Steve's one of my oldest friends. I met Steve the very first night I ever did stand-up comedy.
I don't know him well. I know who he is. I know
Mark Pitta?
Yeah.
You know Pitta?
Who?
Mark Pitta.
No.
He's a huge San Francisco comic. He just moved to Vegas a few months ago, but.
Do you know who he is, Linda?
Linda, you know Mark Pitta.
Mark Pitta?
Pitta, Pitta.
Have you? Have you told me to interview him?
He used to book the Throckmorton Theater actually for years. He
Oh,
booked
the Throckmorton is awesome.
Yeah, I'm shooting my
Fuck.
special there actually. I was supposed to shoot it in April, but that got called off. Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this story, whether you want to hear it or not. You eat. Just
Oh, I'm gonna eat.
okay. So here's the deal. So I decide, okay, everybody's telling me to do divorce material. I have not processed my divorce yet. Okay. It is probably 2 months after I finally got my divorce papers. And when I got my divorce papers, the first thing I did was put them under my mattress and fucked a 30-year-old on top of them. So high five to me. Yeah.
Come on, stand up.
What?
Stand up.
So anyway,
I will if you will.
that night, and
And I'm Jewish.
I've written a whole new 5 minutes on this divorce, and none of it felt right when I was writing it. None of it felt right when I was reading it. None of
Wasn't
it.
funny to you yet. You were still mourning the death of a 20-year-old marriage.
25.
Yeah, like you don't.
Yeah.
Those guys were wrong.
But I
Okay.
was listening to all these great comics telling me what I should do and how I should do it. And I've learned since then, don't fucking listen to them unless what they have to say resonates with you, and then process it or listen to it, take it all in. It's like a salad bar. Some people want cherry tomatoes. Some people want olives. Some people want a whole bunch of fucking spinach. I don't know. It's a salad bar. Take what you can get, you know? But I got up on stage and I literally started, and I was probably a minute and a half in of 7 minutes that I had to do, and I started crying.
Oh.
Of course. I've seen. By the way, I know. You're not telling me anything that I'm. Go ahead.
And I couldn't speak, and I was done. And I said, I'm sorry. And I walked off stage. And this is what I want you to hear, Linda.
I'm hearing it.
I walked up, and Tom Baum, who runs a psychedelic show, came up to me and he said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. Fuck you. I'm not funny. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm quitting comedy. I'm never doing comedy again. Just fucking leave me alone. And I went home. And he called me the next day. This is a dude who does the psychedelic show.
Right,
This is
Tom Baum.
So cool.
Is it B-O-M-B or B-A-U-M?
Yeah,
B-O-M-B.
Okay.
And he called me the next day and he said, let's go to the Bay. It was like on Monday nights, you can do 5 open mics in the Bay. You can leave Sacramento at 5 o'clock. You can get 5 mics in. You can run the same material or switch it up, see which rooms work. You know, they're all different rooms everywhere from fucking fancy pantsy rich people to dive bars to gay bars. So you can do 5 mics, which is what I love to do. So, and that's the other thing, Richard, I do more mics than most people. So I might do, when things are running, 5 mics in a night, whereas some people do 5 mics in 3 weeks. You know, I
get it.
Yeah. So I said, I'm not going. He said, no, let's go. I said, fuck you. I'm not going. He called me the next day. He said, there's a mic here. I'm going to pick you up. I said, fuck you. I'm done with comedy. I suck ass. I ate shit in front of so many people. I am not worthy. I cannot do this. He called me the next night. This man called me for a fucking week. And I told him, I am done. I am writing. That's what I'm doing. I am not performing. I am not a comic. Fuck off. Go away. Do you know what he did? Linda, he called my daughter and he said, tell your stupid ass mom to get out of her sorry ass room and get dressed and tell her you're taking her out to sushi.
Or at least just stand the fuck up. One of the two. Go ahead.
And my daughter's like, what? I've got plans tonight. She's like 20 years old. She's like, I've got plans tonight. What are you talking about? I don't want to take my mom. He goes, just get her ass up and get her dressed. So my daughter knocks on my door and she goes, and I was depressed because I wanted to do this so bad. Like I was so hungry for it. And I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. And she knocks on my door and she goes, Mom, we're going to go eat sushi. I said, okay. And I came out like in a sweatshirt and a pair of like sweatpants and flip flops, and my hair ain't done. And she goes, Mom, we're going to eat sushi in a restaurant with me. Like, please don't embarrass me. Go take a shower and get dressed. And I'm like, okay. So I go in and I get dressed all up for my daughter, like wearing a nice outfit. I fucking put on a pair of jeans and a shirt and did my hair and actually put some fucking makeup on. Like, I don't wear makeup, but like some mascara so you could see my eyeballs. And I come out and I'm sitting at the kitchen table and I go, are we going? And she goes, yeah, in a minute. She keeps checking like her phone. I went like this because I'm old. It's a watch, but it's actually a phone. And she goes, are we going? Are we going? And I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go. And all of a sudden, knock, knock, knock. Who comes to my door? Tom Baum. And he says, get in the fucking car. We are going to the Bay. It's Monday night. We got 5 mics to do. Fuck you if you're quitting comedy. Fuck you. And he kidnapped me. And I did 5 mics that night. And I smashed all of them, mostly because I didn't care anymore. I was out to prove that I was done. I was out to prove that I don't give a fuck. I passed some boundaries. And that is why Tom Baum is one of my bestest.
Wasn't this a story about the time you died on stage?
That is the story about the time I died.
I'm still waiting for that part.
I've told you, I cried and quit.
You didn't die on stage. You had a fucking breakdown. There's a big fat difference. You had a cathartic experience on stage based on the fact that you were delivering material about a fucking recently passed relative. Like, that's not dying on stage. Let me tell you a story.
Okay, go, 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 go. I can't wait.
I don't work the South. I don't work the South for a reason, okay? I'm a Jewish New Yorker with a big dick. They don't like people like me, and they don't like my energy.
Like
okay?
Texas?
I don't work the
Arizona,
South.
none of it.
I don't work the South. I don't go to the South. South doesn't like me. I don't like the South, okay? They're a bunch of fucking dumbass morons. I don't go. So I got a call. I was in New York about 10 years ago. Got a call from Eric Yoder, who runs Funny Business. It's a company I've been working for since the late 80s. They don't book anymore. I don't call them. But his dad, John Yoder, started it.
Okay.
So Eric calls me in New York. He goes, hey, I got a fallout next week in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You want it? Now I'm in New York. It's December. And there's going to be a snowstorm heading into the east. So I'm like, when? He goes, this weekend. Tomorrow. You'll go tomorrow? He goes, you don't have to do the week. Just do Friday, Saturday for me. I said, what's the money? He goes, I'll give you good money. So he gave me the money. I said, all right, I'll do it. So I got on a plane. I flew through a fucking crazy snowstorm to get to fucking Chattanooga, Tennessee.
From New York.
Night, what?
From New York at this point?
From New York.
Okay.
Friday night show was amazing. Friday night, the show was amazing.
Everybody listens to me.
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
What'd you say, sweet?
Chattanooga's pretty.
Yeah. So I didn't want to go. And he even said to me, Pauly Shore is working the other fucking room. Like, it's contemporary. You'll be fine. It's not dumb Hickville. I go, fuck you. All right, I went. I go, and by the way, I go, you know, your dad would never even call me and ask me to go to Chattanooga. Just let's be clear about that. So I went. Friday night was awesome. I could do no wrong. I did an hour and 15 minutes. It was the kind of night where the setups are getting laughs. It was just perfect. They loved me. I loved them. The room was soft like a down blanket. It was amazing. Brand new club called the Bijou, set up like a Vegas showroom with the round booths. It was really classy and beautiful. Friday night was great. Saturday night, I went on stage. I'm about 15 minutes, 20 minutes in. It feels like I'm walking through fucking wet cement. I couldn't figure out why. It was like, what's going on in the room? The guy before me was great. Happy Cosby black guy. No egg whatsoever. Oreo as they get. And they liked him. Smiley black guy. Look at me. You know?
Yeah.
I'm your nigga.
Send jive for us.
But anyway, I'm on stage. I'm about 20 minutes in. I can't figure out what the fuck's wrong. So I say to the audience, what's going on in the room here tonight? I go, it feels like I'm walking through fucking wet cement. Why or what is the resistance here? What am I feeling that's in it? Because I practice metaphysics. There's crystals all over my house. And I'm super in tune. My uncle was Elvis's best friend and guru and spiritual advisor. And I was born with this six or whatever. I'm very in tune to energy. So, so what's going on? There's something weird going on in this room.
At least you addressed it.
And some guy out of the darkness goes, well, you're saying pretty dirty things. And, you know, we got some kids at the table. I go, excuse me, you got children at a table at my show, which is billed. My shows are billed as 21 and over, rated R. So I'm like, I don't miss a beat. I say to the guy in the sound booth, I go, turn the lights up halfway. I need to see what's going on in this room. Who the fuck brought people in here? Like, oh, like that. Who the fuck brought kids in here? So he brings the lights up a little bit, and I see this table of about 35 people. And at the end of the table in front of me,
just to get
I'm sorry?
How many people were in the room?
I think the room held 380.
Okay.
It was a small room. 400, 380, something like that. It was all right.
Okay. Now.
So he brings the lights up, and I'm looking, I'm going, where are the kids? Who's got kids here? So I look, I go, well, you're not kids, you're teenagers. I go, really? That's the problem? Fucking teenagers? You fucking got to be kidding me. I look at them, I go, there's a guy and a girl. I go, what are you, brother and sister? Yeah. I go, those your parents behind you? He goes, yeah. So I look at the boy. I go, how old are you? I go, 16. I go, you're 16? Have I said anything on this stage that you haven't heard?
Or yeah.
Where am I? Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I say to the guy, have you heard? And he doesn't want to answer. His parents are sitting right behind him. So I go, you can answer. It's okay. They brought you to a comedy show. You're allowed to answer. Have you ever heard the word fuck before? You ever heard shit, bitch, pussy, whatever? Have you ever heard these words that I'm saying before? And the guy goes, well, yeah, I have, you know, at school and stuff. And I say to the sister, I go, you're his sister? I go, yeah. And I go, how old are you? She goes, 17. And I go, so clearly you've been finger banged. At which point the father slams his hand on the fucking table, stands up, grabs the kids. The mother's like kind of turn around once. Mom's always, because I've done that to other families with that joke, drags them out. As he drags them out, other people at the table of 35 start standing up and leaving.
To leave.
As they do, other tables start standing up to leave. So now I'm on stage going, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Domino effect? Who just fucking walked out of here? What is that guy, like the pastor? Like, I'm making these jokes not knowing, okay? So out of a room of 400, I probably walked 150 people, 175 people.
Are you serious?
Easy, easy. Half the room out the fucking door. And I'm telling them, good up, see you later. See you later. Bye-bye. You don't want to listen? You probably still shower with your underwear on. Okay, bye-bye. See ya. But like, I'm get fuck out. They all leave. The room's totally fucked up and turned over. So I'm like looking around and going, you guys want to move forward? Free seats. You know, you want free up front? Come on, let's close it up. Some people moved forward, some didn't, whatever. Now I'm 35 into this thing, you know? So I'm still supposed to do another 25 minutes. And like, you know, I relit the fire, but it wasn't, you know, like,
yeah,
that's relit it, so I'm done. So after the show, I go in the office to get my money. And the manager is like, I am so sorry. I don't know what to say. You know, they came to the door. I go, what the fuck? Who are those people? She go, oh, they're Christian Coalition.
Oh, God.
You got to be kidding me. She goes, I go, first of all, why would you let them bring under 21s in here? My fucking contract says no under 21s. I'm billed as a rated R show, over 21 only. You guys did that. Why did you let them in? You did this. I didn't do this. I'm working to a room I believed was my room. I'm sorry, that shouldn't have happened. They were, you know, they really wanted to come in and it was a big party. And I go, and you didn't want to say no to the 35. So instead, you let 2 fucking kids in this show. Okay. And you guys saw me last night. You saw my, and by the way, did anybody come up to me before the show and tell me, hey,
yeah, right?
Can you just sand down the edges tonight because we got a table of 35. Just sand out. Okay, great. No problem. Throw $200 in there for me and I'll do it. Hold on. Let me finish. As I'm having this conversation, some waiter walks in with a fucking stack of comment cards that they picked up off the tables.
Oof, oof.
You call this comedy? Who hired the Jew? Never coming back. What? Oh, you please. Oh, you could have please. Hee haw was funnier. I mean, just you name it. Like I'm seeing these comment cards. Now I start laughing. And the waiter's like, what the fuck, dude? I go, what do you like? I'm not even getting into it with you, bro. You're a fucking waiter, man. You serve the fucking drinks, okay? I have a contract with these people, and those kids weren't supposed to be in the room. So I don't want to hear from you. Like I got belligerent on the waiter. He leaves, and the woman's like, you're right. We're sorry. We shouldn't have had them in there. She paid me my money. That's bombing. Okay? Having a cathartic breakdown because you're not ready to do material is not bombing. So now tell me a story about you went on stage and ate your own ass out. Tell me when you went on stage and got no laughs for 10 minutes. Tell me that story.
Oh, that was my first 5.5 years.
It's my first 2. But she's never bombed.
No, she didn't say that.
Huh? Come on, tell me one bomb story. One.
No, you never said
Linda,
you've never.
I just asked her and she shook her head no. You've never walked on stage and eaten shit where your sweat is beating around your forehead and you chew through your act in half the time it normally takes to do it because there's no laughter to tick the clock. Never one time. You've never eaten shit.
Not like that, no.
Well,
I mean,
only
I would
stand-up
love to
comedian
tell
or
a
a
story about that, but that is no.
Okay. You realize you're the very first person I've ever met in 35 years of doing stand-up who has never eaten shit on stage.
I just told you a time I ate shit on stage.
That's not eating shit. You didn't go on stage and have an audience that didn't buy what you did. You went on stage and had a connection to material that you weren't ready to do yet. And as a result, you wound up having an experience about the material. You didn't just die. You didn't deliver the material and hear crickets. I can play you a tape of me at the Comedy Store 3 months in of me on stage doing 5 minutes and it's 300 seconds of all you hear is my voice. I've never met someone who would ever say, I've never died on stage. And I'm not condemning you. I'm just saying I've never met a person in 35 years who has ever really been able to say that.
I'm psychotic, so I prepare, and I'm also like prepared to be in the flow of things and change it up if the room isn't working. So I've gotten in the first few minutes and gone, this isn't it, and switched material, switched a little bit up and got them back. I've had bad shows. I've had like fucking open mics at bars in Reno where they're playing games and they're not listening to me, but I've never had that. I'm sure that's coming. And it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker when it does. I'm always ready for that, and I'm sure it's coming, but no, I have not.
Now I want to take you out on the road.
Huh?
Now I want to take you out on the road.
Oh, I thought you said, I don't want to take you out on the road. I'm like,
no,
okay.
Now I do.
I didn't ask you to.
So after the first night, you can go, this never happened.
But I've been on the road.
And you've never had a bad set.
I think the set that she had was super bad and super traumatic.
She didn't even have a set. She started talking about her ex-husband.
Linda, I totally get what he's saying. That was emotionally and material based, and that was
She wasn't on stage for 7 minutes and eat shit because they either didn't buy her material or she wasn't connecting. That wasn't bombing. She went on stage, started doing material that she wasn't ready to be doing yet because it was about her husband, a marriage that just died. She was trying to talk about a dead friend and she wasn't ready to. So as a result, when she brought it up, she started crying. That's not bombing on stage. That's different. And they took you off. You didn't even stay on for 7 minutes.
I took myself off.
Whatever it is, point being. But
I
that's
said,
not bombing.
time back to the room. I'm fucking done. Thank
That's
you.
not bombing. It's a different, that's totally different.
No, fuck, I don't even know. Okay, the hardest.
By the way,
No.
if we were in class and you said that, I would get off the stage and I'd go sit down. And they'd say, okay, do a set for us. And I'd sit back like this, I'd cross my legs, my arms, and I'd let everybody go, oh, great, we're going to comedy. And I'd have you go on stage and work a room of comedians.
I'd do it.
And you'd eat shit. And then you'd know what it felt like to bomb, just to make sure.
I welcome that. I welcome that. That would be great.
Seriously, it's really hard to hear that. I mean, I can't, unless you have and you blocked it.
No.
Okay. So you walked on stage the first time, killed, and you've been crushing every set ever since.
I didn't crushing. I didn't say crushing, but doing pretty okay every damn set. Crushing in between the doing pretty okay.
Again, I would love to see you work. Not to prove anything wrong. I would love to see this.
Yeah.
Are you online?
Huh?
You got stuff up on YouTube?
Yeah. You want me to send you a couple clips?
No.
Oh.
I'll choose what I want to watch.
Okay.
I've seen her crush when she's on psychedelics.
Oh, I was going to tell you a psychedelic story. So there used to be a comedy club in Long Beach called Long Beach Comedy Club. And it was literally right across the street from the Long Beach Arena area. And across the street from Long Beach area was another big, huge, just open lot where people would park. So I'm booked at the Long Beach Comedy Club to work this particular weekend in November. I took the booking before the Grateful Dead announced they were going to be playing the Long Beach Comedy Club.
You and the Grateful Dead.
This is like 1989 or 1990. There's a double funny story here. So anyway, I decide, well, fuck, I'm going to go down early and hang out in the fucking parking lot.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to fucking party all day. And then I'll fucking miss the show tonight. Fuck, I can't believe I'm going to miss the show. So I had to do stand up. So I'm in the parking lot. I'm hanging out partying. In fact, while I'm partying, I'm walking down an aisle and I'm high as balls. And it's like 6 o'clock. I got an 8 o'clock show. I hear, Buds, tall cans, $2. Buds, tall cans, $2. Everybody's selling stuff. It's a big carnival. And as I come around the corner, there's my brother going, Buds, tall cans, $2. Buds, tall cans, $2. So there's my brother in the parking lot of Long Beach. We're like, yeah. So anyway, I come down a little bit. I go to the Long Beach Comedy Club. 89, I think it was featuring. Opening act does his thing. I get on stage. The place used to be a strip club. So they had there were like lights on the edge of the stage. And then there were seats up right against the stage. Perverts row, as they would call it, right? So anyway, as I'm working, I noticed 2 hippies sitting against the stage, total Deadhead, fucking Grateful Dead t-shirts, the whole thing. And I look at them, I'm like, dude, I don't want to like say anything about how much acid you took or anything. Like I'm just working and I see these guys and I'm like, but I just got to let you know. I go, Grateful Dead's across the street. I'm not Jerry. Fucking crowd goes crazy. The guy's like, no, dude, we know we're fucking tripping our faces off and we lost our tickets.
Fuck.
I go, you lost your fucking tickets? He goes, yeah, so we came to see some comedy, dude. And I'm like,
Fuck.
well, you couldn't, I go like this. I go, you couldn't come to see a better comedian because, and I reach over and I pull my long sleeve pullover off and underneath is my fucking Dead shirt that I was wearing in the parking lot outside before the show. And they went like, what? And I did the rest of my set in my fucking tie-dye.
And back then, tickets, like you had to have tickets. There was no internet. There was no phone thing. There was no, let me check my email.
Ticketmaster.
Yeah. Ticketmaster.
Yeah. You go, you sleep outside and you wait for tickets and you get them. I lost a Springsteen ticket once outside a show. I had to buy one and make my way onto the floor to where my seat was supposed to be.
I lost tickets to the Firm.
Oops.
And then found them at the last minute and saw
Wasn't
them.
it Jimmy Page's band?
Huh?
Jimmy Page?
Jimmy Page. Yeah. They were together for like 8 months. That was it. And they
I saw
played
Page Plant a few times.
Minneapolis out at the outdoor amphitheater.
I saw
And
Page Plant a few times.
yeah. You said strip club and I got excited. So here's
Good,
the
then
deal.
stand up for me, please, and let's just see what you're wearing.
I have a t-shirt and underwear on. I'm not
I know. I've seen the T-shirt.
Actually, Ashley bought me this.
Is that your daughter?
No, that's Tom Baum's girlfriend. You know Ashley.
Ashley?
I know Ashley.
Yeah.
I like her. You'll
I
like her
love-
too, Richard.
Yeah, she's one of my best friends. And so she and I went
She'd
to
show me her underwear.
an Alanis Morissette
You
No.
think it's easy being a working comedian and being in fucking quarantine for 9 months? You think this is easy? And I'm single? And I'm 36 and this?
Okay, so
I could have fucked you on top of that divorce agreement 3 times.
um so I will tell
Do I
you,
even need to be here, really?
Yeah.
you don't
Do
be
I?
here.
I wanted
You're
to,
the ones that brought us here, Linda.
wanted to be here
You're the
10
one
years.
that fucking brought us here.
Fine,
You're
Linda, show me
I'm
your
up
underwear.
at
Oh.
3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have any on.
I don't either.
Nobody's wearing pants. What the
I
fuck?
am wearing pants, but I don't wear underwear anyway. Never have, like not since 10th grade when I started surfing. But what I did find out is that what I wear is so light, I can't wear normal clothes. If I put on a pair of shorts, I'm like too heavy. These are too fucking heavy. I'm living in New York Giants drawstring pants.
Well, I didn't quite understand the rules of
You didn't
The
underpants what?
pants rules. I didn't understand them when I moved here because, like, in Hawaii, I surfed or swam or snorkeled or kayaked almost every day. Like there's a windsock 1.5 miles out, and I would swim out to
This
it.
story would
and
be so
back.
much more interesting if you were standing up. Anyway, go ahead.
Not happening. And but when I got here, like I moved into a
See, now
2-bedroom
everybody
apartment.
wants to fuck headliners. See that? There's not all godly power.
When I moved into an apartment and it had a swimming pool, like I would get in my car, I'd be like, okay, I've been laying out at the pool long enough. And then I'd be like, I need to go to the store and buy some groceries for dinner. And I would just get in my car in my bikini with like a padeo around my waist and go to the store, and people would look at me weird. But in Hawaii, you walk into the store at 5:00. You walk into a Safeway or a Food Land or a
I
Times
lived at the beach
Supermarket.
for 100 years. Everything, dude. When I surfed, you change on the side of the road with a towel around you. You drop your trunks off, and you put your shorts on with right outside of PCH.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Of course.
You like the Giants?
Yeah.
Do you know who
I
that guy is?
like the Giants.
I met this guy.
I can't see it. Who is it?
Some guy from the New York Giants.
Some
Big
guy. You
football.
don't even know who it is.
I got his name and I put it on Facebook, but I don't have it on the picture. That's not how
Is
it
it
works.
Saquon Barkley?
What?
Is it Saquon Barkley?
I don't know.
Let me see. It's hard to see.
You gotta tip it a little bit. It's too shiny.
Yeah,
tip
I
it.
can't
I know.
really see the picture clearly.
I'll
That's
send it
okay.
to I'll send it to you guys.
I can look at your Facebook.
Nah, you won't find it.
All right.
Nah, you won't find it.
I got too much shit on there.
No, you don't. It's none of it's shit, Linda. I follow you. None of it's shit. It's all good.
Thank you. It'll be coming along here shortly.
Looks like I sold these houses.
I don't know who that
You
is.
still-
I'm sorry. I'm not a Giants fan, so I do not know who that is.
That's it.
Richard will know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richard,
What?
tell us, oh guru.
Rabbi
Yeah.
Richard.
Rabbi Richard, tell us.
What?
Do you see the picture?
Where? I can't even.
It didn't go to
Where's
you.
the
It
It
went to
came to your
Jackie.
messenger.
Oh, my messenger?
Hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me look.
I'll send it again.
I didn't want to talk to her at 1 a.m. It's now 3 a.m, and I told you I'd talk to her for 10 fucking minutes.
We can
Okay.
go anytime you want.
I've gone twice since we've been talking. You see how that works? Once again, it's all a set. Everything's a setup. Everything's a setup.
This
Richard,
has been fun.
Is this going to have the name
I
on
did
it?
want to tell you about a really tough time that I did have at a comedy club. And you can
With Adam
decide.
Richmond? Da, 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 da.
Huh?
I said, was it with Adam Richmond?
No.
No.
By the way, that's a San Francisco Giant, not a New York Giant. He's a baseball player, not a football player. Wrong team, wrong state, right sentiment.
Who knows? I don't know.
Now, I'm just telling you, if you look, it says San Francisco Giants, Major League
The
Baseball.
So
Oopsie.
It's all okay. All right.
Whatever. I know the difference.
All right.
Don't know
This
the-
36-year-old is going to sleep.
All righty, fine.
all right.
It was so cool for you two to meet.
I enjoyed it.
I would love to do that psychedelic show. Be very interesting.
I'm gonna get you on it, dude. My word.
That'd be very cool.
My word.
And I've got a place to stay. It's in Vegas, right?
What's that?
It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
All right, so I can play. I've got places to stay in Vegas. In fact,
Okay.
yeah, this might be really good actually, but it's got to be. Yeah, you got to get me to Vegas soon. Can we do it like this weekend?
He's traveling right now. He's in Texas and Arizona, and he won't be back for another week and a half. I don't know when his next shows are. I go out there about once a month. And
Cool. Well, definitely email him, and if you want to tell him about me, that would be
no,
nice.
I'll call him tomorrow and tell him about it.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
And then Jackie and I
You'll
can
put
take
in
a-
your word too, right, Linda?
What's that?
You'll put in a word or two also.
Oh, yeah, I've been messaging him all night to get on here.
Oh, to come into this?
But
I
he-
think they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
respond to you?
He
No.
said LOL. He was being nice because I
Oh.
think he's tired. He went he put up one of those smiles that look like this, Richard.
Yeah, the crooked thing. Yeah, yeah, the lunatic.
All right. Thanks for staying on so long, Richard. Jackie, thank you so much for coming on and meeting
Thank you for
Richard.
inviting me, Richard. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
I'm sorry I disappointed you with not having a bomb. I'm going to try to do one really badly soon.
No, you didn't disappoint me at all. It was a fun conversation. Now get up and walk away.
And goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys later.
See you later.
Bye, Linda.